shotgun now for Brady. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it's a second down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Brady to throw on second down. So they're unsuccessful there, hooking up on the pass. Danny Amendola, that was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
That's just flat out a terrific play because it's rare that you see a hitch route batted down. That means someone read that one really well and was right on the spot when the ball got to the receiver.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete.
Out here.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Brady now on first down.
Get
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Brady now on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Brady. Over the middle, it's Amendola.
That's out.
Look at this, middle of the field, breakaway, and touchdown.
Yeah, good for
Danny Amendola, 42 yards, and the Patriots add on to their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Now let's discuss Antonio Brown as he heads back out there now. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the second quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly
quiet so far. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. A gain of 3, second down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Again, it's Bell. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Steelers are behind right now, but the home crowd should give them a boost. The Patriots have looked good on the road, and will just try to keep the ball rolling in the second half. So that'll do it for us here in Orlando. Let's get back up to Pittsburgh as we hand it back over to Brandon Guy.
should have faked it.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. On the return now, here's Keyshawn Martin. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
So back-to-back plays here where he couldn't get anything on the ground. Now you face a 3rd and 10 and assume you're going to try to pass it, right?
I would think so, because you've tried to run the ball, and really it didn't matter who got the ball in the play because there was no space to go. So I think you step back, throw the ball to try and pick up the first down. But no second-guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Now Brown. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On 2nd down, it's Bell.
These linemen need to block, man.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
One of the things that's really difficult for an offense is often identifying how to block a 3-4 defense. Well, when they're coming on a blitz, even more difficult. They're elusive targets and hard to hit.
Now a carry for the veteran. This is D'Angelo Williams. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now it's Roethlisberger. It is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. Down 2 scores. I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it, and it didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play. and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that
In the
chance.
tackles,
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. On play action, it's Brady.
Brady, get out of there.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. He's got it to James White. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. So he nailed that one through despite kicking it into the teeth of the wind.
Well, let's play a little golf here, shall we? That's a low iron shot, almost like a stinger. And somehow he finds a way to get it through the wind and through the posts.
It's Marcus Wheaton now to return it. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And they're unable to hook up, and that brings up 3rd.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
And the offense looks to pick up the 1st here on 3rd after that incompletion. They'll come out in the pistol. Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And the gamble pays off. They get the 1st. It'll be a gain of 8 yards. And they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. Now, this worked, so I guess I shouldn't be nitpicking too much, but they only had a couple of inches to go. Why fake punt?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. If you're going to go ahead and try and pick it up in that short of a distance, I wouldn't even gone to fake punt formation. This is like using up a big play for no reason at all. Leave your offense on the field and pick it up. But again, what were we doing? We're nitpicking, right? Because they did get it.
It worked.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
They come up with one running back. That's Bell. And they'll get it up the middle. And another gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
another fake. But he will not come anywhere close to the first down mark. Back now in Pittsburgh. We get set for the fourth quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And
let's go.
Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Ryan Shazier.
Get those
One of my old coaches used to say that pressure bursts pipes. Pressure also leads to picks, Brandon. And there's definite pressure right here. The blitz is on, and as a quarterback, if you take your eyes off your downfield receiver for just a split second to adjust, a lot of times that's all it takes. And that may have been what happened there.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Now Roethlisberger. So he couldn't find his man there as it falls to the ground.
When everything is in sync on defense, that means everyone's communicating really well, and sometimes it's nonverbal. They just know that when a receiver's in one spot, this person may have him, and he's in another spot, the next defender may have him. And they've squeezed the passing lanes down to where it's so difficult to find an open area to deliver the football. They've made it tough on them all game long.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Roethlisberger on fourth down. And no, it's incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on fourth down. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll run again with Blunt. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
They come out here in the eye. Brady gives now to Blunt. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Unable to connect there on the pass play. Julian Edelman, the intended receiver, and it's 4th and 4.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that'll push the lead up to 17. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this.
What?
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Hauled in by Wheaton over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
So second and 10 here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Second and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And he comes back with one complete. 5 yards on the pickup. And just like that, it's third down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible.
Practice got canceled.
Practice
got canceled
on the perimeter.
Because apparently it's raining too hard. Look on the app.
They get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on third down. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position. Now their way back out onto the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
It's always final play of preparation each week. Take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Well, Charles, there's an old saying, don't let a loss beat you twice.
You're exactly right about that, Brandon. When you look at it and all of your preparation went into winning this week, now you have to absorb a loss and find a way to shake it off.
Beat me. I'm so jealous. Not.
The light is going down and the week is here. Save my soul. I can feel it coming, troubles in the air. Oh my Lord, the light is going down and the week is here. Save light is going down and the weekend's here. Save my soul. I can feel it coming, troubles in the air. Oh my Lord, the light is going down and the weekend's here. Save my soul. Who's on with me now? Who's on with me now?
I don't know if I'm gonna get copyright from this music, but it is what it is.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA.
Thank you very much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL. The National Football League is here and on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here between the New Orleans Saints and the Pittsburgh Steelers. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
As a guy carrying the ball, your eyes are going to direct your feet, and you're hoping they carry you to the open spaces. But it's awfully difficult at times because you have so many things you have to look out for. Where's the line blocking? Where's the traffic coming from? Tough to find open spots.
All right, let's introduce you to the starters. C.J. Spiller is the man that we discussed, the running back.
I love watching him play, Brandon. Can run it, can catch it, can return it. You give him just a little bit of space, you've got trouble on your hands if you're a defensive player.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to float this one deep, and that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time. Breeze hooking up with Cooks. 49 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
I know they had good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on 3rd and long like that, how does that happen that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard this.
Now Breeze lost the football.
I get in here for the sack. Oh, I'm out. It's 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 out.
He's going to bring the
Told you.
football back for a touchdown. Well, we've had 5 of those in history until now. Our 6th return there on the fumble for a touchdown in Super Bowl history.
Brings back memories of James Washington in Super Bowl 28, the last guy to do it. We would have had one more, though. Remember? Leon
Oh, it's Raymond. What's up,
Don
Raymond?
Beebe. Chris Boswell now for the extra point.
It's good.
And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. Again, we'll see the pistol here. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. To go here on 2nd down. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Breeze to throw on 2nd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They come out here in the eye. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well. You almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They send Thomas out to the right by himself. Breeze now. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Another pistol look here. Breeze gives it up to Ingram. And he's going to find his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
To throw, it's Breeze. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
I'm getting there. Told you.
He gets this one all the way down inside
my game.
15. He got 29 yards that time.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Smart. This is it.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze.
Ooh,
successful there, hooking up on the pass.
There's so much precision in an offense, especially when you're throwing the ball. And in an out route, plenty of it. How about the quarterback hitting his back foot, ball's out of his hands, receiver making his break, making his cut. He's got to time up perfectly. Not always easy to do.
Let him a little too much.
Yeah, I remember back in the good old days, I was talking to a quarterback, and he said everything they did was on the count system. So when he took a snap, he counted in his head for certain routes, different time frames for each one. And he knew if the ball wasn't out of his hand at that point,
to throw on 3rd and 1.
Yeah, good shot, kid. Out of here. Dang, man, you trash.
And now we get a look at Breeze, who is slow to get up. Let's hope he's okay.
No, let's not hope
while the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Penalty marker is down here, and Forbath will put this one through, and high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the flag is for roughing the kicker, a big 15-yard penalty.
And I'm not sure that was the time to go all out after the kicker. Plenty of time left in this game.
After the penalty, it's Ingram.
No.
And this is going to result in losing yardage.
You're trash.
They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
He's going to try to run to the side or Did you win?
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. First throw now for the backup McCown. His pass caught.
Out of here, kid.
Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 3rd and goal.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Defense may be thinking pass. They come out in the nickel on 3rd and goal. McCown now on 3rd and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver from a yard out. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
And he puts it through. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now a first down carry by Bell. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand.
Hit those.
Nice
I hit those
25 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from it, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike. And there's the pickup you want on first down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on first down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
On second down, Roethlisberger.
Man, I hit those.
But not before they're inside the 25. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Fresh set of downs here. The play clock's running down. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And this one caught by Coates. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here's Roethlisberger. Wheaton with a catch right side. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
A reminder, coming up at the intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Larry Ridley and the crew in Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report. This will be caught just inside the 10. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense.
You serious?